Students, in this class we are going to see the synthesis of 6-mercaptopurine. This 6-mercaptopurine, no, that can also be called as 6-MP. First we'll see the structure of 6-mercaptopurine. This is the structure of 6-mercaptopurine. First look at the ring. It is having two rings. Two rings are fused. Okay, so what would be the first ring? First ring is pyrimidine. What is pyrimidine? It is a 6-membered heterocyclic ring that is having two heteroatoms, that is two nitrogens are attached at first and third position. So this is called as pyrimidine. And come to the second ring. This ring, no, that can be called as imidazole ring. So what is meant by imidazole? It is a 5-membered heterocyclic ring that is also having two heteroatoms, that is two nitrogens at 1,3, that can be called as imidazole. So the fusion of pyrimidine with imidazole, no, that can be called as purine. Okay, so here the numbering for purine would be starting from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how many heteroatoms are there in purine? 4 heteroatoms, and that 4 would be nitrogens. Okay, so where the nitrogens are, they are attached in first, third, seventh and ninth. Okay, so that would be the structure of purine. So in the structure of purine, in sixth position it is having SH, means that is called as 6-mercaptopurine. So from the name itself we can say, we can divide that into two. So mercapto and purine. So in the structure of purine, sixth position we have mercapto group. What is meant by mercaptans? Thiols can be called as mercaptans. So SH can be called as mercaptans. Okay. So what is the structure of 6-mercaptopurine? That is having purine nucleus, and the sixth position is having mercapto group, that is SH group. So what is the chemical name? It can be called as purine 6-thiol. What is meant by purine? Fusion of pyrimidine with imidazole, that can be called as purine. So what is meant by pyrimidine? It is a 6-membered heterocyclic ring having two nitrogens at 1, 3. And what is meant by imidazole? 5-membered heterocyclic ring having two nitrogens at 1, 3. Okay. So fusion of pyrimidine with imidazole, that can be called as purine, and the purine is having SH in sixth position, that can be called as 6-mercaptopurine, otherwise 6-MP or purine 6-thiol. Now we'll see the synthesis of 6-mercaptopurine. There will be two methods for synthesis of 6-mercaptopurine. We'll see one by one. So here in the case of first method, what is the starting material taken? That is called as hypoxanthine. Already we have come across this nucleus. So what is that? It is a fusion of two rings. So what is that? Pyrimidine that is fused with imidazole, and in that sixth position is having hydroxy. So fusion of pyrimidine with imidazole can be called as purine. So purine having hydroxy group in sixth position means that is called as 6-hydroxypurine. It is otherwise called as hypoxanthine. So what is the starting material? That is called as hypoxanthine or 6-hydroxypurine. So that would be taken, and that on chlorination by means of POCl3 and also with pyridine. So what is meant by POCl3? Phosphoryl chloride or phosphorus oxychloride. So on treatment with it, what happens? OH, no, that would be replaced by means of chlorine. So we are getting chloro derivative. Then this one on reaction with NaSCN. So sodium thiocyanate or sodium sulfocyanide. So NaSCN can be called as sodium thiocyanate or sodium sulfocyanide. So on the addition of this one, what happens? Na combines with Cl and removed as NaCl. So this SCNO, that is occupying the place of chlorine. So we got that. Now we are going for hydrolysis. Okay, on hydrolysis what happens? This CNO, that would be hydrolyzed and that would be removed, and H is attached with SH, and we are getting 6-mercaptopurine. So what would be the synthesis in method 1? We are taking hypoxanthine or 6-hydroxypurine, that on chlorination by means of POCl3 and pyridine, we are getting chloro derivative. That one on reaction with NaSCN, we are getting here the Cl would be replaced by means of SCN, and on hydrolysis we are getting 6-mercaptopurine. Method 2. In method 2, this would be the starting material. So what is that? Already we have known this ring, that is called as pyrimidine, and that one is having chlorine in 6th position and fourth and fifth positions are having amino groups. That's why it is called 6-chloro 4,5-diamino pyrimidine. So with that we are adding KSH, that is potassium hydrosulfide. So by the addition of that, what happens? K combines with Cl and removed as KCl, and SH, no, that is occupying the place of chlorine. Okay, now with that we are adding concentrated formic acid. What is formic acid? HCOOH. So by the addition of concentrated formic acid, what happens? Here we have H, no, that H combines with OH and removed as water, and here these two hydrogens combines with oxygen and removed as water. So there may be elimination of two molecules of water here. So on that removal, what happens? This NH is added with the carbon. So that NH is this one, this NH, and that has to connect with the CH. So this would be CH, and the same double bond, this double bond would be connected with the nitrogen. So double bond is connecting carbon and nitrogen. So this nitrogen with this carbon. Okay, so that's all. So we are getting mercaptopurine. So what is the second step? We are taking 6-chloro 4,5-diamino pyrimidine. That on treatment with KSH, KCl would be removed, SH should be added there, and with that we are adding concentrated formic acid. There may be removal of two molecules of water and it undergoes cyclization, and we are getting 6-mercaptopurine. That's all about the synthesis of 6-mercaptopurine.